Schwarzkopf Igora Royal. First of all, Schwarzkopf, it is a German brand. As any other German brand, it's really focusing on the quality of the product. Igora Royal, it is a high-definition color technology. It will give you true to tough result while are you coloring on the same level. Igora Royal developers are based on oil. Therefore, it will give you a protection on the scalp and also a maximum shine. There is 4 developers under Igora Royal. 10 volume developer you will use for coloring darker. 20 volume developer you will use for white hair coverage. And also it will give you up to 2 levels lift. 30 volume developers, it will give you up to 3 levels of lift. 40 volume Igora developer, you will use with high lift or highlight colors. The numbering system in Igora Royal. The first numbers before the dash, it is your depth. From 1 black, there is no 2 in Schwarzkopf, 3 dark brown, 4 medium brown, 5 light brown, 6 dark blonde, 7 medium blonde, 8 light blonde, and 9 extra light blonde. The numbers after the dash, it will be the tonality of the hair color. Dash 0, natural. Dash 1, cendre, which is your light violet. Dash 2, ash, which is mostly blue. Dash 3, matte, which is mostly green. Dash 4, beige, like a cool gold. Dash 5, gold. Dash 6, chocolate. Dash 7, copper. Dash 8, red. And dash 9, violet. The mixing ratio for Igora Royal with the developer, it is 1:1. The timing to keep the color on the hair, it is from 30 to 45 minutes. Please remember that Igora Royal, it is an oil-based color. Therefore, you really need to make sure to mix the color very well while mixing in a bowl. I would suggest around 45 seconds to make sure there is no granule in the color bowl. Igora Royal natural shades. Natural shades in Igora Royal, we are considering dash 0 natural, but also dash 1 cendre and dash 4 beige. All of these 3 shades you can consider as your base color while mixing with your fashion shades when covering white hair. Double zeros. Double zeros are specially created for thick and resistant hair. They contain 30% more pigments. Therefore, please remember, do not use them on fine to medium hair because the color will become darker. They are only to be used on thick and coarse hair. You will mix with them % developer to help you to open the cuticle of the thicker hair. Fashion shades, it is any kind of shades you will find under Igora Royal portfolio. From chocolates, reds, coppers, you name it. Fashion shades, it will cover for you 70% of the white hair. That's quite high percentage, right? Sometimes just applying fashion shades on the white hair, it is enough for more natural color results. However, if you do want 100% coverage, you will add 30% of a base color, like dash 0 natural, dash 1 cendre or dash 4 beige, depends of what shades you are using. So, for example, you will add 40 grams of fashion color, let's say 40 grams of 7-7, plus 20 grams of your base color, for example 7-4 or 7-0. Remember, when we're trying to cover white hair 100%, the developing time will be 45 minutes. Absolute shades. Absolute shades are specially created for a mature hair. They contain silamine and collagen to make the hair softer. Also, if you look on the color chart, you will see those tones are more subtle, more softer to perfectly match the mature skin. You'll also notice in an absolute shades, there is a 0 in each number. That means the mixing ratio of 2 to 1 is already implemented in one tube. Therefore, all you need to do is to mix your desired shade with the developer. No additional base color is needed. The developers you can use with absolute shades, it is 20 volume or 30 volume. The timing, 30 to 45 minutes. Silver whites. Silver whites, there are actually family of absolute hair colors. They were created specially for the mature hair. They were created for the ladies who do not want to color any more hair, that they want to embrace the natural white hair, and those colors are created for them to really clean the hair, to make it more beautiful and silver. There is 4 shades under silver whites. Silver, which will be your silver color on the level 9. Gray lilac, which will be your violet silver, I would say on the level 7. Dove gray, it will be your matte gray on the level 7. And slate gray, which will be your really dark silver to be used on the level 5-6. What I realized with these shades, they are actually beautiful to use on the pre-lighted hair. You can use them on the pre-lighted hair from the level 7 till 9 to achieve those beautiful silver hair colors. But also you can use them as the neutralizers for your undertones in the hair. The developers to be used with silver whites, it is 10 volume, and development time, it will be from 10 to 20 minutes. Just don't be scared and trust the process, as the silver whites in the first few minutes after application are turning pink. Fashion lights are high-performing lightening colors. They will be a little bit stronger than your regular high lift colors. You can use them on natural hair from level 3 to 6 or colored hair from level 6 and up. You should use with them 40 volume developer for the maximum lightening power. Pastels under Igora Royal. Those pastel shades, even though they are pastel shades, we still consider them as permanent colors. They will work a little bit stronger than your, for example, Vibrance demi-permanent color. I will choose to use them on the thicker and resistant hair for my toning services. The developer you will mix with pastel color, it is 10 volume. The timing from 5 to 30 minutes. Always keep a visual control of your toner. Boosters. Boosters are the pure pigment like yellow, red, orange, violet, etc. They are not giving any coverage of the white hair. You can use them to boost the shades. For example, if you want your copper to be very vibrant, you can add a little bit of extra copper or a little bit of red. That will make the copper more intense and more vibrant. You can add up to 50% of the total mixture. Just remember, they do not provide any white hair coverage. Also, boosters you can use in your pre-pigmentation services. For example, if you need to fill the hair with orange, you will mix 077 with water, apply on the wet hair on the backwash, emulsify, keep it for 15 minutes, rinse off, dry the hair, and then you are ready to proceed with the desired color. Neutralizers. Neutralizers, as the name says, you will use to neutralize undertone in the hair. For example, 011 will neutralize yellow, 022 will neutralize orange, and 033 will neutralize green. How much you can add to your existing mixture? On the lightest level, like level 8 and 9, you can add up to 5% to the total mixture. On the level 6 and 7, you can add up to 10% of the total mixture. And on the darker base, you can add up to 25% on the total mixture. Then we have shades like 000, E0, or Pastel Fire. When do we use them? So 000, it is your diluter. It is your clear. You will use with any shades to make the shade more pastel, more diluted, and slightly lighter. Pastel Fire, it is additive you will use to boost the lift on the natural hair, but also it will dilute a little bit the pigments of the color and neutralize the undertone in the hair. It is a great additive when you're working on the darker shades. E0, it is a pure lifting power. On the natural shades, it will give you up to 5 levels of lift. You can use it as an additive to the colors while you're coloring on the darker bases, when you really need to push that extra level up.